Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope you are feeling suitably Eurovisioned this evening, as the competition is in full swing, as in it is as camp and as glorious as ever. I don't know about you, but I have just been watching Slavic girls tell me that they know how to shake it and they should shake it as nature intended. I've just seen bearded ladies telling me that they will rise like a phoenix, but you are the flame. And a load of Greeks, I think it was, telling me in great detail that I should rise up. And obviously, I couldn't possibly say no. Such is the Eurovision Song Contest. If you live in a place of the world that isn't European, then you're either missing out on the greatest thing ever, or you're not missing out at all. And there's no middle ground. People either love Eurovision or they hate Eurovision. I don't know. Depends on my mood. But there was some cool stuff going on there, and I've seen from the chat that some of you guys have been watching and enjoying it as I stroke my beard here. I feel a bit of an affinity with the old Phoenix singer going on there. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Simpsons Tapped Out live stream City Design. Well, that was smooth. I accidentally left my Team of the Week thing on from the Doctor Who stream. So we're not doing Team of the Week because you can't really have a Team of the Week in Simpsons Tapped Out. But you can have some very cool things regardless, because tonight, what have we got? We are going to go and check out Sandwich King's town because he won last week's raffle. We're also going to go and check out Wolfman's Squidport. Turns out there were some shenanigans. Yes, that's right. I said it and I called it shenanigans that went on with last week's giveaway, in that Wolfman was denied the winning spot because the bot said he wasn't following the channel, and I checked it out and he was. So I investigated it and I thought, hey, why not have two winners? They're all great design. They're both amazing designers, and so it'll be a great opportunity for us to see some good quality towns. So no complaints from me, and I'm sure no complaints for you. We are also going to go and check out some fellow designers' towns to have a look at this little beauty here, the Fudge factory. How did they get that by the censors? I don't understand. Really? Our Fudge factory? Really? But still, it's there. It's out. It's our Fudge. It's there. We're going to be checking out a few little cool designs for that little bad boy there. And we shall be having live on stream, I hope, because they haven't responded yet, our one and only mod Miniature M is going to be joining us live on the audio in the cans here tonight, and she's going to be sharing her thoughts about the game and the program and how she gets involved in all sorts of websites, because no one is involved, I believe, in as many different websites as M. So she's going to be joining us, and I hope you are excited about that because it's going to be cool. It is going to be cool. Right, so let's get straight on in and go check out one of our winning designs from last week. No sign of Sandwich King in the chat yet, but Wolfman is here, so why don't we go over and check out Wolfman's Squidport. Now, if you remember, Wolfman saved up all of his Addy Gold and bidded a few months ago, and we went and visited his town, and he said, Addy, can I possibly enter again? And I said, well, people have already seen your town. And he said, well, what about if I enter and they'll show off my Squidport? And I said, well, that's different, that's new. And in fact, other people have actually, other previous winners have also kind of re-entered under more or less the kind of same idea, that you can re-enter, but we don't want to see your town because we've already seen that, but we'll take a look at something else. So this is Wolfman, who is one of the admins behind the Facebook Tapped Out Friends site. This is his Krusty Land. So let's go and have a little look. By the way, guys, the vaults are open. You are earning Addy Gold as we speak, and you'll be earning Addy Gold as we. Whoa! There are bunnies here. There are serious amounts of bunnies here. Wow. I didn't know you could have bunnies in the Krusty Land. I must have not been here for the Krusty Land for ages. And yes, you have managed to get the Skype on the screen. But I'm okay with it. It's all good. It's all good. I didn't know you could bunnies in Krusty Land. Did you know you could get bunnies in Krusty Land? Some people in the chat seem to be asking me about the show-off results. I don't actually know anything about the show-off results. I haven't seen anything about it, I'm afraid. I don't know if an email didn't come through or I wasn't notified or something, but I know nothing about that. Okay, so let's go and have a little hunt around. Well, first of all, quite clearly, we have bunnies from heaven having fun, frolicking away on the lawn. And that's kind of a cool bit of Krusty Land. I used to love it when, I don't know how many of you guys remember this if you're in English, that the Chessington World of Adventures was like Chessington Zoo and Chessington Rides all at the same time. It was like a ride place and it was a zoo all at the same time, like theme park / safari park. And it was great, it kind of suited, whatever kind of mood you're into. They don't do it so much anymore. I think they've taken most of the animals out now. Most of the animals out now and just kind of left it with the rides. But I still kind of like that idea, kind of multiple versions of entertainment, as long as everyone's being, all the animals being taken care of properly and stuff like that. Yes, Ice Rooster, we can see your messages. I do love this ride, this kind of alien one. It's really nicely designed as well. I like the way the steps are kind of leading up to it in a kind of a 3D design. But the alien eye with the single pupil going left and right is looking very, very cool. I mean, Krusty Land's quite a difficult one to design in terms of you don't have that many different things. So you've got to kind of make every little thing that is in Krusty Land kind of count. Because the danger is you end up kind of start repeating things over and over and over. Yes, Twirl and Hurl, thank you very much. And I remember seeing, I don't know if it was Magnificent or Mel Designer, it was one of those two, that had really, really designed the whole park by spacing it all around and putting the rides out as far from each other as possible. Because otherwise it's one of those rare, it's the complete opposite of the town in that you actually have almost too much space in Krusty Land as opposed to your city where I've had some people not enter this week because they've just said I haven't got space for the Fudge Factory. The town's full. I mean, for many people, it has just reached that point that actually putting more and more stuff in just means you sacrifice what's there already. Lovely little corner thing. I think that you often find that those kind of big stage shows will go right in the corner of those theme parks, and you have to kind of walk all the way across to kind of get there. And it suits really nicely there. Yeah, yes, Brettis, I know that Chessington still has the rides. I meant that Chessington doesn't have the animals anymore, I think. Sorry, if I said it around the wrong way, I apologise. Cool little restaurant here. It'd be nice to get some kind of... I've seen some of the... some cool Krusty Lands I've seen have some very kind of intricate queuing sections, although we might come across those a little bit later. That Krusty Land fountain is getting a good workout here. Those cool little tents there. It's nice to have the same design in different colours, but so many of those kind of theme parks these days have like kind of medieval reenactments, and whenever I see those tents, I always kind of think about those, jousting competitions or like picking some people out of the audience. I remember my dad. I went with my dad years and years ago to a place called Camelot. I know. We were there, and he got plucked out the audience, and he got to go in a little tent, and they dressed him up as a medieval person, and then they brought him back out, and he just stood there while two other people jousted. It was it was truly dramatic and exciting up until the moment he did nothing at all. But he still got to dress up as a little soldier and stuff. Lovely little walkway here. Oh, yes. Tunnel of Love. Very, very, very cool design. We may have seen this one at the time. We did Tunnel of Love a few weeks ago. I can't remember if we saw this one, but it's good. Quite beautifully pink. Quite beautifully pink, which is... great to see. Lovely use of kind of decorations and things in there. And a police car. You can get a police car in Krusty Land. And my voice has gone all high. Oh wow! I didn't know you could get a police car. I haven't been to Krusty Land for so long. I didn't even know you could do that. A police car crashed into a fire hydrant. Is that a hack or is that a real thing? I guess it's not a hack. I've never known it, but I didn't know that was there. That's cool. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool, other than the fact that you've got then a police car having a traffic accident. The Haunted Condo. That needs one of those, like, queuing system. Yeah, those queuing things. Whenever you go to the haunted rides, they're always going to take you past screaming things and strange dummies and things that you jump past, or just people dressed up in ghostly things and kind of go ooga booga booga as they kind of pass you. And we've got the kind of death drop. here as well. Which is a great ride. I would never go on these ones. If there's one thing that Addy is scared of, it's loneliness. But other than that, it's heights. Don't like heights. Don't trust anything to carry my weight. As you know, hence the name Adapose. I just don't. I trust concrete, and that's about it. And I was whenever I get on rides like that, I'm just like, I'm gonna die. Oh, this is cool. I really like the arrangement there of all the different. I want to say they're like the games, aren't they? They're not the concession stands, but the little kind of gambling things with all the little lights. Put them kind of together, and you get all these little light effects and movement effects, and they come out kind of really nicely there, which is good. Along with the Bumblebee Advanced Tacos, yes, which is a nice little selection of refreshments for our little friends. And once again, the bunnies are taking over. And here, now we head into the bigger rounds. We got, am I getting attacked? Oh, Mr. Chips! Mr. Chips is here! I'll be showing you Mr. Chips' avatar a little bit later on our brand new website. And if you were here earlier, you know I've already been discussing it a few times. But here we've got a Krusty Land little roller coaster here. Nicely kind of framed with lots of trees and stuff. The Easter update is really helping these trees to look quite spectacular, which is very, very cool. And we've got kind of a whole bunch of rides here in a row. This is definitely supposed to be like the Daredevil side of the park. And Itchy and Scratchy together at last, throwing lethal balls at each other. What could possibly be too apt? More apt to get my words around the right way. Again, lovely use of the 3D design there. More and more designers these days have mastered it and are able to kind of show off designs like this, where you're right, it doesn't. I think when we first started seeing 3D designs, especially with the hedges, you kind of had to look at it and kind of go, yeah, it kind of works, but at the same time, I can see it's 3D design. But with most of these, you can just about forget that they're fake 3D and just kind of accept them, because there's lots of little tricks that people have learned to kind of hide the dodgy edges to it and things. The happy little elves in Pandaland. Could anything be more twee? But still, very, very cool. And it's nice to see all of these rides being animated as well. I don't know if that means characters have to go in them or something like that, or whether they are just naturally spinning. But thank you, Wolfman, for getting the park ready for our little visit. Now, yes, the big ride. This was the one that took me the longest to get. Do you remember when Krusty Land first came out and you were kind of going through all the rides? I think this was the big one at the end, if I'm right. It was definitely one of the roller coasters. It took a long time, and it had like a 3-day build. And I think when it first came out, this was one of the first things to have like a 3D build as well. I mean, I think these days it's quite common. I think the designers just kind of like, well, if we make this take 4 days to build, we don't have to do an update for 5. But this was a long one. It was like, oh, I'll be back in 3 days then. But it is a very, very cool looking roller coaster. It is a shame, I think, that the design, this isn't Wolfman's design, but the design of the roller coaster itself has so many kind of trees kind of pushed right up against it, because it very much kind of limits what else you can do with it. But there was talk at the time. I remember some of the people in the community were kind of saying, how cool it would be to actually be able to lay our own roller coasters and and buy like pieces of that coaster a la kind of theme park hairstyle. But alas, it has not come to pass. But it's still a very cool looking idea. So there we have Wolfman's Krusty Land. In case you hadn't seen his city in the past, I will just quickly flip over there, because it is a truly outstanding design, as indeed many of our designers are. It's becoming harder and harder to be outstanding these days, because sooner or later everyone's just going to be standing. But it's I hope through shows like this and just all those websites that share designs, the genius of creation has been kind of spread amongst more and more people, and it's becoming rarer and rarer for me to go into towns and just kind of go, ugh, what have you done? And becoming more and more common for me to kind of going around kind of go, ooh, I like what you did there, and ooh, I like what you did there. And you can see just with this, with the town here, that this is that's very cool. That is very cool. That this is a great little design. So thank you, Wolfman, for letting us visit your little town and your Krusty Land. Here is 5 Addy Gold for your trouble, and thank you for the service you helped to provide as well over on Facebook. Right, shall we get our special guest on the stream. Yes, I think we should. This, my friends, is Emcha, our mod. Let's see if I can connect to her. Could you please give a Simpsons tapped out Adapose TV welcome to Miniature Emcha? We did test mics yesterday, so hopefully this will work. And if it doesn't work, it'll be funny. I'm just pressed the call button. Now we're waiting awkwardly.
Hi.
Waiting awkwardly. Well, hello. How you doing?
I'm fine. And you are?
Welcome. I'm good. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for making time to speak to us.
Yeah. You're welcome. Have the baby first arrived yet?
Not yet. No, nothing has. Nothing's come through yet. But we are still working. I hear that you're not quite at home.
No, I'm not. I'm in the US at the moment, so yeah.
Is that your first trip over there?
Yes, it is, and it's been very nice so far.
Fantastic. Which part of the US are you in? Are there much kind of sights and things to see?
I'm actually in Tennessee, in Knoxville, so I'll be visiting the Science Fair soon.
Ooh, cool. Just like being in Springfield.
Yes, it is.
Now,
I'm not expecting to see any pigeon wig-wearing pigeons, though. But yeah.
True. But I'm sure other than that, it'll be completely realistic. Now, while we chat to you today, we're going to go and have a look at Sandwich Kingstown, who, of course, won last week's raffle for to have their town shown off. Sandwich King is very active over on the official EA forums. In fact, he's been nice enough to kind of plug our streams over there. So thank you very much to him. And while we're chatting, we're going to have a little slow look around his town. So thank you to him in advance, and I'll try and kind of move in on any kind of highlights. Now, Em, you're involved in a whole host of different kind of websites and stuff, aren't you? So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're involved with?
Yeah, I'm into promotions at tapped.uk. So I'm there to help people out on what to do, how to create pages, and how to tag, and what to do. Actually, whatever they want to do and answer questions.
And you were nice enough, of course, to help me set up my own page on there as well to help people find their way around.
Yeah, and do threads for every week's stream, so they know what's featured and where to upload the pictures, and yeah.
A Sandwich King has got a really nice little road design here. He's got a double road going around the edge. I don't think I've seen people use this idea before in single sections, but he's actually used double roads almost all the way around to kind of create almost like a kind of motorway feel. It's really, really, really cool. I like it. It makes the road itself feel a lot bigger, and the town itself a lot more kind of spread apart. That's a really, really nice design, and little touches like little bits of hedge in there as well. I'm very impressed so far. But Em, you were also involved over on Tapped Out Topics in the past. Are you still over there, or was that in the past?
I usually just moderate the comments and answer questions there, because I don't write a lot of stuff, so I don't post, but I'm there every day to moderate and answer questions. So.
And how did you get involved in these sites? Were they like looking for someone to help, or are you just an active member of the community, or what?
For tapped.uk, I was an active member, and I quickly learned to navigate the sites, and I was asked to do it full time. So I said, okay, I can do that. And then Mike's after the other site gone bad. Mike started up topics and asked if I want to join, and I said I'll think about it. I'm not going to post as much, but I can moderate and answer questions, stuff like that. So
And you've been a very, very important part of both of those communities since. You're so active in the comment sections and things. I'm sure everyone in the stream knows who you are, because you're so kind of involved in helping people and moderating and things like that. It's great to have you in the community.
Yeah, it's rewarding to answer obscure questions and stuff like that. So yeah.
I've just spotted in Sandwich Kingstown here, possibly, it's almost like he's got a theme park in his Springfield. He's put together
a
train line.
Springfield.
It is, isn't it? He's got a train line with the mini golf on top, with what appears to be a set of dodgems going around the edge of that, with trees and all stuff around the edge. I mean, that's just an awesome design.
Yeah,
I love that.
the ice cream parlor goes right there because, an amusement park needs ice cream, right?
Oh, yes, of course, there it is, in the rides. And I think he's tried to line up, well, no, more than tried to line up, he has lined up the escalator with the golf. So unfortunately the people drop off, which somewhat spoils the illusion, but if you look at the top of the escalator, it is exactly lined up with the entrance to the golf, which is great. Who are your favourite designers, Em? Because obviously you're very active in the community, you see a lot of screenshots. I mean, who stands out for you?
The best town I've ever seen belongs to a guy named Bill. I don't know his screen name actually, but he's got the best town around. He's doing a complete redesign right now, so it's completely empty, but yeah. And of course, Wookie Town is great.
Yeah. Wookiees is fantastic.
Yeah, and Mike's Town is kind of nice. So yeah. And of course, Helix and Toxic Shark.
There is a lot of talented designers around these days. I remember, I think when I first started, there was like kind of, 2 or 3 that were literally just kind of head and shoulders above the rest, weren't there? But now there's just a lot of people kind of coming through as well, like, kind of Kay and...
Kay's town is really pretty. And so is Corky's.
Sorry?
Corky's has a great town.
Oh, yes, Corky's is very good as well. Oh, hello, I've just spotted an Adapose TV logo. Oh, it's the adaposetv.com. Oh, that's very, very nice of them. That's very. I'm going to be talking about that website in a minute. So thank you very much, Sandwich, for putting that in. But you've also got your kind of your own website as well, don't you, Em? That's kind of like a blog or something, isn't it?
Yeah,
you occasionally run.
It's sort of as a catch-all for the pieces I did on topics in TO UK, but it's usually used for backups if one of the sites goes down and people are looking for information. Mm-hmm. So when the other site went down, the biggest problem was getting the information, what have happened, what is going on. So that's what I used for mostly.
Very, very cool. And obviously, if you want to plug that in the stream, feel free. I've got no problem with that. If people would like to kind of check out your blog, just seeing some lovely nuclear power station designs in the middle of the sea here, and these turrets. Well, not turrets. It's the wrong word. Like they're kind of sniper towers, I guess. But looking very, very nice there. Outside the prison. And of course, you're over in the USA seeing Mr. Drew Dabble.
Yes.
And of course, I believe his name is all over your town. I don't think it's possible to go to your town without seeing D's and stuff everywhere.
I only have 2 D hearts. One in my Springfield and one in Kayland. So.
Okay, maybe not too many. Maybe not too many then. And Drew's obviously a very active. He's in the stream right now. I can see he's a very active player as well. I mean, do you often discuss Tapped Out in the game and things like that?
Yes,
oh wow, that's a park.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's nice.
That is really nice. Sorry. I meant to ask you a question, and then I just saw an amazing park and had to stop. That is beautiful.
Yes.
That is beautiful. Drew's got a very good town as well. I featured him a couple of weeks ago, I think. Have you been training him in the ways of the design, or is he just naturally talented as well?
He's naturally talented. I've given him some tips, but yeah.
I've got a few of my friends involved in the game as well over the last few months, and it's nice I always love with the Tapped Out the way different people use the same decorations very, very differently, like in ways that you'd never expect them to get used. It brings out a wonderful amount of kind of creativity.
Yes, it does.
As shown in this wonderful little town here. I have to say, Sandwich King, and I hope you guys in the stream, are seeing this. This is a brilliant town. I've never seen roads like done like this before. It must take up a lot of space, but it really does give it a very kind of spacious feel to the town. And also, like in this area here, for example, it gives a difference between a main road and a side road as well, which is of course what real towns have. Not all roads are exactly the same size, so it helps to kind of bring more variety into it.
Yeah, and it's good for tall buildings, because if you only have a single road between the buildings, it's hard to see. So for the taller buildings, you kind of need the double road.
So what kind of questions do you get asked over and over and over again on tap.co.uk on topics? Like, what's your, which are the questions that make you go, really, this again?
It's, I'm on level whatever, and I still haven't unlocked that building. Why?
Mm-hmm.
And that's because buildings have two requirements for unlocking, and that is one, the XP level for minimum, and then the quest level minimum. And that can be very different. So you need to complete the quest and have the XP level to get the things unlocked.
I've had problems with those things before. You're kind of looking at the game going, I should have whatever it is, but for one of those reasons, you don't. So I can see why you get asked that a lot. We're just going to go to commercial for 30 seconds. When we come back, we will go over and check out your town and chat a little bit about your favourites in the game. So guys, we'll be back in 60 seconds.
Okay.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for sitting through an advert. Myself and Mrs. Pose really do appreciate it. We understand it isn't the most fun experience in the world, but it helps us survive. Now, here we are in Emches Town. Before I just have a look at this town, I just want to say, Sandwich King, thank you so much for letting us look around your town. Congratulations on winning the raffle last week, but that was an absolutely brilliant town. Lots of things for other people to be inspired by there, and I hope the rest of you in the chat enjoyed having a look at it as well. Here is a few Addy Gold to say thank you for letting us look around your town, and so a big thank you to you, Sandwich King. So this is Emches Town. So Em, tell us a little bit about your town. Like, what kind of ideas have you tried to use here? Have you got like a favourite bit, or tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, well, my pride is the town square. If you just scroll down a little bit, you can see the town hall in the middle and stuff like that. And yeah, I really like that design because it's compact and you can put a lot of stuff in a small area, so you save space.
And you've actually managed to, because I think one of the reasons I don't do a square design is because the problem is that you can only make the buildings face two directions, can't you?
Yeah.
So you can't make all the buildings face inwards. But what you've done very, very cleverly is put two roads around the bottom and left-hand side. So you've actually got the buildings facing away from the town hall, but it still works because you've got the roads on both sides of it. So that kind of illusion of the square works really, really nicely. But you're right, it is a lovely design.
Yeah, and I like my forest. It's
yeah, which way am I going for that? Which way am I heading for the forest? Is it upright?
Upright.
Okay, I shall head over there. Why do you like your forest?
It's fun. It's Yeah, well, I saw a great forest when I just started out, and I said, I want one too. So that's where that comes from.
There are some absolutely fantastic forests around, and this is a good. Oh, I've just spotted your little Heart for D, and you got your graveyard and your Camp Krusties and the Springfield. I like the way you've kind of buried your mountain under all the trees as well. It kind of makes it feel quite part of the environment rather than kind of distinct from it. So, guys watching the stream, would you like to get your town featured on the show? You absolutely can, and if you want to, now is going to be your opportunity, because I'm going to open up the our raffle. We do this every week. I'm sure you guys know the routine by now, but if you would like to be featured, you need to buy some tickets using Adigold. We'll pick a ticket, and whoever's ticket wins will be featured next week. You buy tickets with Adigold, so you can check your Adigold by typing !Adigold. It'll eventually respond and tell you how many you got, and then you can buy raffle tickets by typing !Raffle tickets space and then the number of tickets you want. So, for example, !Raffle ticket 10 would give you 10 tickets. In fact, you can see people like Laura and Matty Gunn there already buying 50 tickets. And so just have a look at what they're doing in the chat if you would like to enter. I'll be closing that off in about 5 minutes time. So you've got plenty of time to check your Adigold and enter if you would like. So Em, what do you think about the game as a whole? I mean, are you still enjoying the new update? Have you enjoyed the Easter update? I mean, what's your kind of state of tapped out address? What do you think?
Right now I'm working on level 40, and I think the game is still interesting, and it's still fun, and that's why you play it. If it wasn't fun, you would just quit. So, well, the Easter update, except for the boxes, it's fine. But yeah, the boxes are kind of a bummer. Because
tell me about the boxes. I haven't been doing a lot of it recently because I've been, with, as you probably know, my wife is very, very pregnant, so I haven't been around all that much. So why are the boxes causing problems? How do they work?
Because you need 500 eggs of a certain color for every box, and it's really hard to get good prices. And you have one dominant color and one uncommon, and then there's the gold eggs. And if you're really unlucky, it will take 80 to 81 boxes of each color to get all the prizes.
And how long does it take to get a box?
It depends. In my B game, where I don't have any friends at all because I'm not connected to Origin, I get one box every other day.
Every other day? Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I need 81 boxes of each color to do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just insane.
It's clearly designed to take a long time to do. Now, today we're talking about the Ahh Fudge factory. Just closing in on your particular design here. You've kind of stuck it along with a few of the Easter decorations, and it does go really nicely with that. And it came with the teachers, didn't it? We've got
It came with two characters and two playable characters: the Cocoa Bean and Miss Hoover.
Yes, indeed. Are you pleased to see the teachers coming along? Were they characters you'd been waiting for?
The teachers, yes. I've been waiting for those.
The Cocoa Bean less so.
The Cocoa Bean was a total surprise, yeah.
Are there still characters left in the show that you would like to see come along?
Well, my avatar, Jessica Lovejoy, of course.
Ah, yes, of course.
I would like to see her, and well, there are characters out there, but I just can't think of any right now.
They have done an awful lot now. I think there's over 100 now in there in the game. They've got to be approaching that. I'm not sure what the total is, but it's got to be a huge amount.
I think including the non-playable characters, it's probably close to 100. Yes.
Which is pretty epic. Anyway, Em, thank you so much for joining us tonight and taking some time out of your little romantic getaway to America to spend some time with the with us. And would you like to repeat again which websites you're involved with, so people can go over and find you there if they'd like to chat more after the show?
Yes, tapout.co.uk. It's the best place for interaction with other tappers. And tstotopics.me for any information on the game. Murphy is just great at getting out the statistics and what have changed, and Mike and the others are good at the walkthroughs and general information overviews, so it's worth checking out.
All right, guys, so go over and check out those sites if you like. That's tappedout.co.uk and the Topics website, which, of course, Nathan Rushton, who's also a regular on here, has been massively involved with. So thanks so much for joining us, Em. So, guys, in the chat, if you would mind giving us an Adapose TV thank you to Em, that would be great. But thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so that was great to finally get to speak to Em. She's been involved in our streams since the very, very first one, and she has been instrumental in helping me kind of promote and keeping them going. I think she was one of the very first mods, is one of the very first mods we have here. So she is a great lass and an incredibly valuable asset to the community. Now, as we're talking about plugin websites, if you would just indulge me just for a minute before we go over and check out a couple of Ahh Fudge factories. Look, let me take you across to my desktop, because the AdaposeTV.com is finally complete. Myself and Clary Pose have been working on this one for probably a month, maybe two months now. This is our website, and we are very, very proud of it. It's www.theadaposetv.com, and it was released today. It is a brand new site, and we really appreciate it if you would go and check it out later today or tomorrow or whatever. Hopefully, if you're a fan of what we do here on the show or on YouTube or and stuff, then you'll find things here that you enjoy. As you can see here, we've redesigned our logos. You saw Mr. Chips behind me a minute ago. He's got his own little character here that you'll kind of see flying past. I'm just going to give you a very quick overview what's over here. Obviously, you've got the links to the Twitch show you're currently watching, my Facebook, my Twitter, our YouTube channel, and we've tried to put things in here to help you guys get to our videos, but also to help you guys interact with each other. So we've put in sections for fan art. I think Penultimate's with us this evening, and we've kind of carefully made note. Every time someone sent us some fan art, whether it's Adapose related, Simpsons related, Doctor Who related, we've kind of kept a note of them. And so over the coming weeks, we're going to be putting them up one by one, and you guys can see that. Any giveaways I've got coming up, I'm going to kind of notify on the site, so you can find out when they are and what you need to do. And we've got a Civilization 5 giveaway coming up next Sunday, not tomorrow, but 1 week tomorrow. It's a great game and a very popular game. And if you'd like to be in a chance of winning that, save up your Addy Gold and come along then. Some lovely people in the community, probably here right now, have been doing quotes. Every time I say something funny, or Kren says something funny, or Clary says something funny, or even you guys say something funny just in the chat, some people write it down and tweet it out. And if you go on here, we've got one post up there at the moment, which is kind of like some of the highlights so far. But the idea is we're going to have like a weekly best of the chat kind of going up there. We've got, you can see some links to the videos here. And of course, all of the Simpsons city design tutorials are here. If I take you in, you'll see that I've got a link to the episode list here. So if you'd like to see any of the previous stuff I've done on Simpsons Tapped Out, and whoa, it's a lot. Look at this. We're actually coming up on 100 Simpsons Tapped Out videos. And as you are probably aware, I started by just doing tutorials about how to play, and then I branched out into various other silly things like kind of premium character reviews, and there's even our wonderful Grumple's Tale. If you've never seen that, that's me and Clary doing stuff. But then, of course, it brings us bang up to date here with the city design things, which you guys have been coming to the live streams, and so you can go and check those out there if you'd like. So that's hopefully there to kind of help you find some kind of cool stuff. We've also got a bit of merchandise, which is brand new. If you want to get yourself an Adapose badge, Claripose badge, a t-shirt, a mug, some classic Addy. So I've got some going back to some of the older stuff we've done, and let me come up here. The Posse. This is for people. If you want to get on this page, it'll cost you 500 Addy Gold, which sounds like a lot, but it's for people that are really, really regulars here. And you can get yourself on the site. It starts off with me and Clary and our cats and things like that. But then it's you guys, basically. This is the community. We can see Spellcaster here, Laura's here, Hughes of Blues here. If M sends me a biography, she'll get on here as well. We've got Jen, Penultimate, V. Basically, the idea is they have to be kind of poses, in the same kind of style. And then you send us a biography, 60 words or less, and if you've got the 500 Addy Gold, I'll take that off you. You're then in the Posse for 6 months, and you should be able to see now that various people are going to be. If you just see Purple Ninja just chatting there, he's now got a little star by his name. So if you get yourself on here, not only do you get to be on the site, you also get a little star by your name, woohoo! And you also get your we're going to have some exclusive giveaways, probably merchandise related for people that are in that posse. So if you're interested in that, speak to the mods, speak to myself after the stream. I just saw M there mentioning Baby Pose. We do have Baby Pose is in the logo. If you see here at the top, see on the Adapose TV, the O of Adapose TV is Baby Pose. We haven't put Baby Pose in the Posse yet, because obviously gender is yet to be defined, and obviously we don't want to tempt fate on anything before that. But yeah, and then down below you can see all the videos we've had out recently, and we've worked really hard on it. If you've got any ideas for it, or you see anything that doesn't quite work, just let us know and we'll sort it out. But that's the AdaposeTV.com, and I hope you guys like it. Okay, now I believe we need to find out whom is going to be shown next week. We've sold 466 tickets for next week's show. I'm just going to close the raffle there. Laura, no, you don't have a star, but you do now. There you go. You got one now. Stop crying. I just haven't added any. If there's anyone else I've missed, because I do have to add them manually, just let me know and I'll stick them on straight away. Mods get entry to the Posse free, of course, because that's seems a bit mean to charge them for that. Anyway, so let's start the old tombola, and let's find out who we're going to be showing next week. So if you do win this, then you will need to make sure I add you by next week. Make your town look spectacular. And make sure all your people are busy, because when we come visiting, we want to see something good. So let's start off our tombola, and we will pick our winner. So next week, we will be showing the awesome town of... Oh, yeah! Connor. We're going back to Connor's place. Connor, we saw Connor's place probably about 2 months ago, maybe more now. But Connor has been desperate to show us what he has been working on. So we will be going to visit Connor's place again in 7 days' time. So he can let me know which part of his town he wants me to visit, and we will go and check it out. Yes, indeed, Mad Harris. Yeah, what a waste of that 1 gold. Sadly, you'll never get that gold back. Now, we are going to, speaking of Connor, we're actually going to head over there to Connor's place right now, because we are actually going to have a little look at his Ahh Fudge Factory. I didn't actually have many entries for the Fudge Factory. I thought it would be nice to do something that's kind of bang up to date, because normally we kind of go for an old classic. But I thought this week would go kind of do something kind of new. But it doesn't. It seems to have backfired a little bit in that I don't know if not many people have it, or not many people have made it to level 40, or maybe just people don't like it, or they're busy with Easter, or I know there was at least one person that says I don't have room. So I do understand it, but for whatever reason we didn't have many kind of submissions for the Fudge Factory, but that's fine. You know, these things happen. But what Connor has done though is he's kind of put together this whole kind of Eastery kind of fun area up here. You can see the kind of the various Easter bunny designs and the trees, and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of happy Easter signs. And we can see the cool little fireworks shop over here. And right at the back, of course, right next to it, we have the Ahh Fudge Factory. And clearly this is not supposed to be a design that's taken as a single object, but a design which has been a design which has kind of been separated off. A design which is part of everything else. You know, this is part of his little Easter world. So you can see here that it's part of this kind of network of hedges and Easter signs and things like that. And it's just a really, really kind of beautiful area. And I hope you can kind of see the care and attention that's been taken here with putting in the plants and the dining sets and all sorts of things like that. And you guys have known these streams that I always like it when a building isn't just placed randomly; it's placed next to other suitable buildings. And this is the Easterland. And you'd like to come and visit this place. Maybe pick up some chocolate, maybe pick up a blocko, maybe grab a firework, and leave with some fudge. V's telling me off. He's telling me that it's done in a sweet voice. I apologize. The Ahh Fudge Factory. Not at all supposed to mean anything else. Right, let's head over to Johnny's town, because Johnny also has an Ahh Fudge design as well. Before we see that, we'll just head off to our final ad break. So I will see you in 60. Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm over here in Johnny's Town. Now, you must remember Johnny's Town, because Johnny's Town is the one with that brilliant landing zone that started off a whole stream dedicated to landing zones. Do you remember that one? And it was this wonderful little picture frame, as you can see here. And if I move the thanks out of the way, you can see that he likes to kind of change it week per week to welcome people to his town, which I think is a great idea. I think it is a great idea. So whenever people kind of arrive, there's always something just a little bit different to say, something about the town or something about what he wants to kind of talk about. Now, Matty's just asked me, what am I streaming next and when? Definitely something tomorrow night, or definitely something to kind of tomorrow. I was playing with Spud earlier, and we've arranged to play again tomorrow. I imagine I'll probably be doing something early afternoon and then something else later in the evening UK time. But if you follow me on Twitch and you follow me on Twitter, you'll always find out what I'm doing. So I always tweet it out, and I always send out kind of a notification here as well. So here we are over in Johnny 50373's town, and here is his awesome fudge factory over here, which is just a really, really fun design. And we can see that animation there with the character that Em was talking about earlier. And what's really nice about this design is it keeps the fun of the Ahh Fudge factory, but also quite clearly it is a factory as well, because it's got the fencing, which looks very kind of formal. We've got the car park, so clearly there's kind of workers here. It's surrounded by other buildings, which are again factories. The Duff factory, we've got the magnifying glass there, but it has that industrial feel. But at the same time, the fountain outside is the one from the cracker factory. The trees are ones with little cheeky bits of red to kind of give it a bit more color. It's been put on grass rather than being put on pavement. And so for all those reasons, if you just look next door, see, that's been put on pavement, that's been put on grass. And you can see that one design looks a lot more friendly than the other. One, they're both factories, but this is the serious working factory, and this is the fun factory where the world of dreams come true. So I think that's a really, really cool aspect to this design. And another thing I really like is the fence in combination with those trees. It's the fence has got that little white section that goes down and it leaves a gap, which you can just kind of look straight through. Looks really nice. But what he's done is for every single gap, he's lined it up with a little plant pot, and it looks really, really nice. It gives a lovely kind of white red kind of design as we go. And yes, Ice Rooster, that is a really good idea. I will do that. I will add the website link there. Thank you for pointing that out. So there is the Ahh Fudge factory for Johnny. Hopefully that has got your creative juices flowing. Of course, there is Mrs. Pose and Baby Pose could be arriving anytime soon. So obviously all streams at the moment are subject to change. So obviously there's planning on being lots of streams throughout the week as per usual. I'm hoping to be playing Civilization 5 with Sai on Tuesday. There's Posse Up on Wednesday. There's Doctor Who on Thursday, and so on. But with that said, a bit of, I don't know if it's sad news, but a bit of news, I am afraid, in that I am thinking that next week's Simpsons Tapped Out live stream will probably be the last. We might do some on special occasions, or might do some if anything kind of particularly kind of new grabs our attention, or maybe like a kind of a greatest hits kind of thing. But as you've probably noticed, I don't often feature my town anymore. And the reason for that is, to be honest, I've kind of stopped playing. I love doing these streams and I love showing off your designs, but I've also kind of noticed that the communities themselves has kind of, it feels like it's shrunk a bit. And I've actually been struggling for the last month or so to actually get designs. I mean, the designs that we've got have been amazing, but there's less and less and less of them. And people seem kind of less interested in kind of doing those designs, which is fine. I mean, every game kind of has a shelf life, and I've been doing Simpsons now since February last year, and it's had a great run. I'm also, as people are kind of finding out with things like the Easter things, it's getting kind of repetitive in terms of the tapping stuff. The game still looks great. They're still coming up with some nice new buildings, and this is not a criticism of the game at all, but I feel that the community is shrinking a little bit, and so it is probably time to move on while it's still strong. Of course, there are still other people out there making tapped out videos. Obviously, Casey springs immediately to mind. I don't know if he'll be starting a live stream. I haven't spoken to him or anything, but of course, you guys can ask him. But my Saturday slot will still be available. So if you have any suggestions for what you'd like to see me do in the future, by all means, suggest them. Drop me a line, send me a comment. But what I was thinking for next week, if that will be our last, and obviously, baby, it's subject to change, but whenever we do our last one, which will probably be next week, I was thinking, rather than do a building, let's just say, okay, show me what you got. Show me your best thing. And I'll ask Em if she wouldn't mind putting up a thread on tapped.out.co.uk and just saying, rather than saying a specific building, just say, give us your best design. It can be one building or one screen or one area, but let's just have a live stream where we go out in style, where you guys show me your best bit, and I'll go through and I'll pick out my best, I don't know, my favorite 10 bits that we can spot, and I will show you the absolute best of what tappedout.co.uk. Sorry, what Tapped Out the game has to offer. So I'm hoping to have a really, really great live stream next week to kind of say goodbye to the game a little bit and really kind of show off some amazing designs from you guys. So please, please, please come along for that show. Submit like your greatest designs, and we'll have a chance to check out some great towns. Of course, we'll be going to see Connor's Town as well, and as it will be our final stream as well, I will however many viewers we have, I will definitely give away an Android or iPad token next week. So there will be a $10/£10 voucher giveaway as well. So lots of reasons for you guys to come along. I will say though, a massive thank you to you. And a massive thank you to all the sites that have been kind of so supportive of me and the streams. I hope it's been mutually beneficial for all of them, but tappedout.co.uk, Tapped Out Topics, Mike, Nathan, M, Wookie, who's done so many comments and stuff like that. But I'll do the kind of the goodbyes and stuff kind of next week. But it's been a wonderful community thing to be involved with. And, it may not be the end, but I'm planning that next week will probably be the last one. Okay, thanks so much for coming tonight, guys. I hope you've had fun. Thanks to Em for joining us on the chat. It was great to finally hear her, and I hope you enjoyed that. And I will be back on tomorrow sometime. So check your Twitch, check your Twitters, your tweets, and I will see you then. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, and go check out our website, theadaposetv.com. It's awesome.